Hello everyone and welcome back to Creation Myths. Today we are covering another quick and simple way to stone cold refute a common creationist argument in a way that creationists have no answer for, or at least no good answer for. The one we're going to tackle in this video is the claim that endogenous retroviruses, or ERVs, or ERVs, were created with function rather than being the result of retroviral insertions. Okay, so we need a little background here. Retroviruses are viruses with RNA genomes that do a process called reverse transcription when they infect their hosts. That allows them to make a DNA copy of their genome. That DNA is then inserted into their host DNA. They physically cut the host DNA and stick their own viral DNA right in there. This retroviral insertion can subsequently mutate and lose the ability to cut itself back out or mobilize. These now stuck retroviral elements are called endogenous retroviruses, and humans have about 200,000 of them in their DNA. They make up about 8% of the human genome. The problem for creationists is that the nested hierarchical pattern of ERVs, so the pattern of shared ERVs in, for example, humans and chimps and gorillas and so on, that pattern of similarity and the pattern of the shared mutations within those specific ERVs across all their genomes is dead to rights evidence for evolution. And specifically, when we're talking about the ERVs within primates, for example, dead to rights evidence for the common ancestry of humans and all other primates. It is crystal clear that the only explanation for this pattern is that humans are descended from other primates and share common ancestry with the other, living primates and other groups, right? So on. So creationists, given that evidence, creationists have to come up with an alternative explanation for these elements in the genome. And the thing that they have landed on, they have for some reason gone with, they aren't actually from viruses, they were created as part of the genome for reasons. And that's nonsense. And we know it's nonsense because of a very specific thing that we find with retroviral insertions. Target site duplications, or TSDs. Okay, so what the hell is a target site duplication? It works like this. When a retrovirus inserts, the exact spot where it sticks itself in the genome ends up duplicated. So you get a short copy of that sequence on either side of the ERV. These are called target site duplications. And the TSDs are the telltale signs of a retroviral insertion. A really simple example works like this. Say you have regions that we're just going to call A, B, C in your genome. Just doesn't matter what it is, just A, B, C. If a retrovirus inserts itself at site B right there, and these are not representing individual nucleotides, these are short regions. So if a virus inserts at B, what results is A, B, virus, B, C. Right? The B on either side, that's the target site duplication. All retroviral insertions have these. You can actually tell different types of retroviruses apart based on the length of the duplication. And the presence of those duplications are specifically due to the way that the virus cuts the host DNA when it inserts itself. The actual molecular genetics are beyond the scope of this video, but you can Google it. It's really cool. And the insertion process itself results in the duplication, right? We know how this works. And we know that it's the case because we can actually see it happen. For example, with retroviruses in humans, where some people have the particular ERV insertion and other people don't, right? These are called, when everyone has a thing, it's called fixed in the population. When only some individuals in a population have it, it's unfixed. So we have unfixed ERVs in the human population, so we can observe the presence and absence of the TSDs in the people with versus without. The same is true in koalas, where there's actually a retrovirus. The term for it is it's invading the koalas right now. It's a KORV, I think, is the virus, where, again, you could find some koalas with and without. And again, the individuals with the virus have the duplicated flanking region, and no viral insertion, no duplication, universally, just across the board. Using the ABC example from earlier, right, we look at these koalas. The koalas with the virus, they have AB virus BC. But the koalas without the virus have ABC. They don't have ABBC. The duplication is always and only present with the viral insertion, because the viral insertion causes the duplication. So going back to humans, those 200,000 ERVs in the human genome, they have target site duplications. They are 100% the result of retroviral insertion. They were not created. And of course, creationists are going to say that they were actually created. Fine, be my guest. Explain the target site duplications. Did God put them there to make it look like a bunch of viral sequences? Is God trying to trick you? Now, that's not my field. I'm not a philosopher. But when a creationist has no good answer to the question of explain the TSDs, and they will not have a good answer for that, you can point out that any supernatural explanation is going to be firmly under the umbrella of, sure, it looks like evolution, but God could have done it that way. And God could have done it that way is an excuse, not an argument. Because once again, we have an observation that evolution specifically predicts. And creationists, by invoking unfalsifiable divine genetic engineering, can merely accommodate. They can say, God could have done it that way, at which point you say, thank you for conceding the point. So that's how you deal with creationists claiming endogenous retroviruses are actually created functional genetic elements. No, they're not. They're the remnants of viruses, and the TSDs prove it as much as you can prove anything in biology. The best creationists can do is say, God could have done it that way, and when they say that, thank them for giving up. Thank you for watching. Please remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video, and subscribe before you go. To get immediate access to pre-recorded videos like this, you can become a channel member by clicking that button down below as well. Thanks again for being here, and don't get fooled.